Hi everyone, it's Rabbi Eisenberger, and today we'll talk about, are you still thinking that you will work more and bring in more money, your wife will be happy? So what happens is, we men think that if we will bring in enough money for my wife, I will work hard enough, I will make enough money and she will be happy. And that's totally not true. It's a myth. And the reason why we believe so is because we men we grew up at success, money equals success. The more money a person has, the more success he has. When someone is rich and he has a lot of money, in our environment, how we grew up is that means successful. If you want to be successful, you work hard, you go to college, you study, and you get a great job, you make more money, and you're successful. That's how we grew up. But in reality, for a woman, it's not at all that way. A woman gets married because she wants to connect with her husband. She wants someone to love her no matter what. She wants to connect with her husband on a deep level, the deepest level that's possible. She wants to connect with another human being, with a man, and the connection that a woman gets when she is really connected to a man, she can't get only through marriage. And that's what women really want. And the way you get connected with your wife is, the first thing is learning how you work, how men work, learning the differences between men and women, understanding woman, knowing how she works and what she needs and the differences. And that's how you can provide for her what she really needs and give her needs, give her the compassion, give her the love, give her what she is here in the marriage for. And when you give her that, she becomes your advocate. She becomes your best friend. She becomes the person that wants to fulfill you all your desires. So the real thing is like this: as long as she doesn't get what she needs, she doesn't get that love, that connection, what she is in for the marriage, she will never be happy. She will be miserable, no matter how much money you bring in. You can be the richest man in the world. She will file for divorce. She will end up leaving you, or she will get with someone else. She won't stay in the marriage. She will be miserable as long as she doesn't get the connection, what she needs from her husband. And that's why it's so important to understand, learn the differences between men and women, learn the differences between you and your wife, understanding yourself, understanding her, and giving her what she needs, and connect with her on the deep level that she wants and she needs to stay in the marriage. And when you do that, you get all your needs fulfilled. She knows what you need. She knows your wants, your desires, and she will fulfill that. And it will just get better and better from day to day, from week to week, from month to month. It's the greatest place to be when you know you are fulfilling your wife to the most capacity, and you're fulfilling her more and more. You're connecting with her deeper and deeper. And it's the reason why you are not fulfilling her, the reason why you are busy on buying gifts and doing other stuff, working harder and harder, making more and more money, finding places how to make more money. It's not your fault. It's just nobody taught you how women work. Nobody taught you how to get married. And if a person taught you, maybe it worked for that person, but today days it doesn't work. Today days, if you want to stay married, You need to give your wife what she needs. You need to give her that connection, that feeling of connection like no other connection in the world. And this can only happen when you understand yourself, you understand her, and you connect with her on that deep level. And what really hurts me is when I see a child from after divorce, from divorced parents, because that child is ruined for life. His life, he doesn't have any joy in his life. You look on a child that is growing up in two houses, he's miserable. He doesn't have a life of him. Besides the statistics where they go to drugs, they drop out of school, and suicide is skyrocketing. If you have a child, you want to make a decision in your life. You will never get divorced, no matter what. You won't ruin your child's life, because it's the worst thing you can do to a child, is giving him two houses to grow up in. Because besides the bickering where everybody wants to be more loved, and he is split between his two parents. A child needs both parents to love him no matter what. Just give him love, unconditional love. And he needs both parents to love themselves. And if you have children, you have a child, you want to make sure to have that love with your wife. You want to make sure to have that connection with your wife. Because the most important thing for a child's stability is to have parents that love each other. The worst thing you can do for your child is arguing with each other. And I have some people and I tell them, you can't argue with your wife. If you argue with your wife, your child feels it. And some people say, we don't do it in front of the children. We make sure to do it behind closed doors. You should know that your child knows everything. Remind yourself when you were a child. Were your parents able to hide anything? No, not really. A child knows everything. Your child knows exactly your relationship. They can feel. They don't have to listen. They can feel your love to your wife. They can feel your wife's love to you. When you are arguing how to take care of the child, they know that. You don't have to argue. When you disagree how to take care of the child or children, they know that. They feel that. And this gives them an instability. So if you have a child, you have children, you want to make sure that you are on one page with your wife in everything that you do with the children, and anything that has to do with the growing up of the children, and really in everything in life. You want to know that you are on one page. You love each other. You may have differences, but you always work it out in a loving way, in a caring, understanding way. Because a child needs that stability. If you want your child to grow up a healthy person, a loving person, not a person full of emotional disorders, you must give your child that stability of knowing that my parents love me no matter what. My parents love each other. They are one. They are like one person. This is so important. And the way you get to that, the way you give your child that stability is through learning how women work, through learning how men work, through learning the differences between men and women. And then you can give your wife that connection, what she needs. And once she has that connection, she has that feeling of oneness. You can straighten out anything. You will be on one page with everything in your life. And the way to do that is through the 5 shifts. I worked on this my entire life. I try to figure out, how do you get to that oneness? I always want that oneness with my wife. And from the moment I got married, from the moment I met her, I worked on that oneness. And even before I met my wife, I always want a oneness. I knew that, I don't know from where it came, but I always want a oneness with a woman. And feeling like one person. And so I created these 5 shifts. These 5 shifts will learn you how to get to that connection, that oneness. How to learn what the differences between men and women, and what she needs, how to give her that connection, and how to give that stability for your children, that you are one. By doing these 5 shifts, you will transform your marriage forever. You will get better and better every day, every week from your marriage. If you are married and you're not getting closer, you're looking back the last week, the last month, the last year, you're not getting closer, you should know that your marriage is dying. And I don't want you should be one of the people who tell me, she filed for divorce. I didn't see that coming. Of course she filed for divorce. You didn't give her the connection that she needs. If you don't give a woman the connection she needs in the marriage, she won't stay. She will leave. One day she will leave. And she does it from one moment to, she doesn't do, you see it from one moment to another. You see it like, I didn't see it coming. But for her, she's planning this. The second she doesn't get that connection, it goes through a few weeks, she doesn't get that connection, she's starting to think about divorce. And if you don't want that, you don't want to see your children growing up emotional wrecks, if you don't want to see yourself divorced, starting all over again, the $84,000 that the average divorce costs, the bickering, the bad mouths, you need to give your wife what she needs. You must give her that connection, that compassion, that oneness. Because if she doesn't get that, she will end up divorced. And when you give it, the gift is that when you give her that connection, she will give you anything and everything you want. She will be so happy, excited to be with you anytime. And she will give you all your desires. So make sure to do these 5 shifts that will change your life forever. You change your marriage forever and change everything in your life. This will give your children the stability that they need to grow up as stable, emotional people. Do the 5 shifts and you will create whatever you want in your marriage, and it will get better and better from week to week, month to month, year and year. If you need anything, feel free to reach out to me. I will put the link to the webinar of the 5 shifts in the comments. If you need anything, reach out to me. I'm here for you. I am on a mission in this world. I believe that Hashem put me on this world to save marriages, to end divorce in marriages. Divorce is destruction. You can fix it with your current wife. You can save this. Just do the 5 shifts. If you don't see your marriage getting better and better, week to week, month to month, year to year, you need to do something about it. feel free to reach out, do the 5 shifts. And I can't wait to see your celebration, how you create everything that you always wanted to get from your wife, you finally got. You have your dream marriage. You have your desires fulfilled. Everything you saw by other people, other women doing for their husband, finally your wife is doing it for you. Finally, everybody sees that you have the best marriage in the world. Finally, your child is seeing stability and knows that mom and dad will always be on one page. They always agree. And finally, you, your wife and children, everybody will have the happiest family forever. So go do the 5 shifts, and may Hashem bless you. You should have all your desires fulfilled. Everything in your life should be bliss, happiness, joyful, passion. We'll talk soon. Anything you need, feel free to reach out. I'm here for you. All the best.